Click it. Just
Now it's live. Now it's live. Ladies and gentlemen, have no fear because your councilman is here. It is Monday. We got a lot to talk about, especially to you little punk ass Cody crybabies. This is WWT Live.
I am your forever ROH Women's Champion, your fallen goddess, the Alpha, the Minion, Overlord, the ROH Gatekeeper. But most of all, I am the best in the world, Athena, and you are watching Women's Wrestling Talk.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of WWT Live. I'm your councilman, Pharaoh. Now, before y'all say anything, Monday has been Mondaying, okay? I know we're supposed to be on at 3 o'clock. I know we got to be done by 4:30 because Raw starts. So, Dylan, I don't want to hear shit, all right? I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing in the comments. We know, but we here. And we got a lot to talk about today. But for those that are joining, welcome. Do I have a lot of hostility right now? Yes, because I did not eat my sandwich today. And this is what happens when your blood sugar is low. But yet I am still here for all of you. And I'm not by myself. I have what I consider a star-studded panel of wrestling experts. Coming down the stage first, we have the all-star fandom man himself, one of the one of the head of the board of the Final Bosses fan stable. We got Mr. Dion Moore in the building, man. How are you doing?
What's up, man? No, I'm happy. Thanks for that introduction too, man. I have been a fan of the People's Champ, and nothing's going to change that. Got it right here. Be bullish.
Exactly. But like I said, we're not alone. We have the PR princess. If you don't know nothing about AEW, this woman will give you a full 4-year course on why AEW is here to stay. And she will slap the dog shit out of you if you ever disrespect her Dolphins. Ladies and gentlemen, Courtney Rice is in the building.
Hello. Happy Monday. Yeah, if you're a football fan like me, yesterday my Dolphins were in deplete, but they're going to come back. Play next Monday night against Tennessee. They're going to be fine, but I am here. It's Monday. We're continuing USA week. And also, Grand Slam is this Wednesday. So there's a lot of wrestling to cover.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we have my tag team partner, the sweetest Oos. If you ever check in on Mondays and Fridays when the pots are being stirred for the predictions to come, and also a diehard Steelers fan, we got Wrestling with Honey in the building representing her team. I guess they had a victory. They must have scored several slam dunks at the field goal post of this past Sunday because she is just all happy right now.
Listen, we did a lot more than just slam dunk, okay? We are 3-0. We are one of 4 teams left in the NFL that are undefeated. Thank you, Justin Fields. Thank you, Mike Tomlin.
Well, hopefully they make
What's up, mofos? Happy Monday.
Yeah. Here's hoping they make it to the NFL Finals and get that championship.
You know what?
A 7-game series, right?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, game 7, right? That's normally where y'all go get the victory. Yeah. And we got that nigga Jacob here.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
That Jacob.
You know what? I ain't got to take this shit.
I would have left too, man. I would have left too.
You know what, Councilman? It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day. The siblings are out. The parents ain't here. Let's go. What we got?
Oh man,
love you, Jacob.
Jacob will return, and I will find out. I'm going to find out exactly all of what Jacob do, so I give him a proper.
That Vice City Wi-Fi.
Probably, it probably is. Or them FBI people finally kicked in the door and came got his tax fraud accounting ass.
Oh my God, terrible. Well,
but we
already know how this day is gonna go.
Oh yeah, but shout out to everybody that is in the chat right now. Of course, we have our producer Dylan is up in here, just waking up. Appreciate you tuning in. We always got the man with the plan. That man Matt is up in here. Boza is in here. Ronell is jumping in, man. A lot of folks have been there, especially little nobodies. Eric Isaac. Shout out to all of y'all joining here us on the Monday. Now, before we get into our main topics, I want to talk about this past SmackDown. All right. It was fire. It was hot. It was hot in the building. But I want to talk. What I want to talk about first is my client, because I've been hearing a lot of slander about my client and that match that was had. And I don't appreciate it. All right. Because one, can we talk about the drip? Drip was fire when she was walking in. But I do want to get y'all thoughts on this match, this tornado fatal 4-way, and the end result. So I know we all had our thoughts on what was going to happen, who was going to go where, and it ended in a double pin with Bayley and Naomi. I want to know y'all thoughts on that. How do y'all feel about the ending of that match? We'll start with Courtney.
I mean, if you saw my reaction, I was just like, what the heck? This is not wrong, because it's like, who can what? And I don't even know where to begin. And then Nick Aldis made the match for this Friday, and I'm just like, okay, this is really odd. It's like they don't want them to leave. They don't want to do anything. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen on Friday, but it just felt so odd. And I just had that sense that either Naomi or Bayley was going to turn on each other. I just had that sense for some odd reason.
Yeah. Same. Dion, your thoughts on the results of that match?
Yeah, I mean, I felt like they were extending it a bit. They were like, okay, let's extend it. But just to go back to the stipulation at the beginning, I didn't like that to begin with. Like it should have been something other than that. That's all I'm saying. It didn't make sense really. But no, I'm looking at what they did. They're like, okay, we can stretch it out. But I'm picking up what Courtney's putting down, or putting down what Courtney's picking up. Whatever. I think Naomi might turn heel. That would be pretty dope if that were to happen. Because Bayley's already done her heel, right? So
yes,
she's done her heel run, and now she's back to that Bayley that could have been that hugger Bayley at this point in time, right? Just a little bit more evolved. But yeah, I didn't understand the outcome, and we'll get a definitive winner. Well, maybe we'll get a definitive winner this week, or they must make it into a triple threat and draw out even more drama from it, along with Tiffany with her briefcase. So
she's fine. She knows when she needs to cash in. And I've always said it with Naomi. If she does flip, fear the glow. That's what she need to run with. Fear the glow.
Writes itself.
That writes itself. I'm like, ain't even got to really change nothing. And go into some just different, like more meaner neon colors. I'm like, fear the glow. You ready? Honey, your thoughts on that match?
I think as one speaking from experience who likes to stir a pot really well, I think that this match was supposed to do just that between with the chemistry between Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton, along with Naomi as well as Bayley. I think that they pretty much are trying to throw us off, but we can't stray and we can't follow down too deep of a rabbit hole. It's as simple as it gets, guys. Mm-hmm. This screams Bayley heel turn. Bayley, like, because obviously the face run wasn't doing it. Just saying, I need ding dong hello, you idiot, kind of Bayley back a little bit. Just a little bit, because Nia's doing her thing. We got the heel run for her. You already see the baby face being built in Tiffany when that cash in happens, because we all know, unfortunately, that is going to happen. Unfortunately for our queen as well, because remember, we were rooting for Nia as well as Tiffany, not realizing that we put ourselves in this very predicament right here, Councilman. So I think that this is just another way for them to stir the pot for the women's division. I think there's also an X factor. There's also going to be an X factor in this particular situation. I just don't know who or what it is or where it's going to come from. But yeah, it would make sense for it to obviously be put together as a triple threat, considering that they didn't really come to an agreement on who was actually pinned and who got the pin last week. But I was kind of expecting that.
Yeah.
The Bailey run's not face run isn't working for some people.
Hell
Really?
no.
No.
Hell no. Hell no.
The only reason why it don't work is because your original face thing was so big that nothing else you do is going to
It'll never be bigger than that. It's
You're not going
unfortunate.
to top Hugger Baby.
I think that's why I'm trying to
unless he
hang
brings
on.
it back, and she'll make the kids go crazy if she does that. But
Yeah, that's why I'm hanging on because I love that Bailey, and
Yeah.
I didn't like heel Bailey. Once she took an axe to the inflatable balloon, man, I was like, I don't know her anymore, man. I was done.
Listen, when Ding Dong Hello Bailey, when she was tag teamed with Sasha Banks, aka Mouthy Monet, that was actually not a bad run for her.
Was it?
Yeah.
I want him to give it a little bit more time. I think it can come around. I'm fingers crossed at least.
Oh my God, not Mouthy Monet. But yeah, I'm expecting a triple threat match at Bad Blood. And I only really want to see one thing happen in this triple threat match. Queen Nia, stack them two up and sit on them.
Watch
That's all I want to see. That's all I want.
And finally dub herself as one of the first women of the bloodline. Please just do it already. Do it. Someone do it already.
But then here's the thing. If Naomi links up with Jimmy, then I can see that happening. That's the only way that you can successfully, or if she does it, it has to be intertwined. So if she joins, Naomi has to join the other side.
I don't think necessarily. Well, okay. Well, I get what you're saying. If you're talking about like the Civil War, I was more speaking in reference to Naomi, because Naomi has the chemistry with the big three, and I think that's something that's really going for them. But I wouldn't want to see Naomi affiliated with anything bloodline just yet. Nia, yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Which one? No. Well, see, but we won't figure that out till we know where the final boss lies. Because that's
wherever he goes, that's where she's gonna go, because that's her favorite cousin.
Yeah. We gotta figure that out first. Cynthia, it is Monday. It is Monday.
Oh boy.
It is Monday. Yes.
She started early. What's up, sis?
We ain't even talking about NXT. And she wasn't talking about
Ooh.
Yes, for those listening, Lola Vice was in the match. She got the team with Jada Parker and Julia, the most relevant she's been since taking the most pop rocks in one match. Her defining a
defining my in her young career. That's the
damn. Well,
yes, it's like they were dealing. She should have been pinned.
I will say though, I did enjoy the segment with Cody and Roman a lot on SmackDown. That was very like movie worthy. It was very cinematic. It was very well done. And to find out that Paul Heyman was the producer behind it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
The dramatics of it, you know, what they were saying, how deep rooted their words are, because obviously this is history. This is Afa's son, or excuse me, Sika's son, and Dusty Rose's son, and you know they're third generation, and they're still making it happen. Like it's crazy. So I thought that was a really cool segment.
Yeah, Dion, what about you? What'd you think about this segment, especially happening at Georgia Tech?
Okay, I loved it, man. Like I've probably since Fridays watched it at least 10 times. I showed my wife 2 days ago. I was like, "Hey, you guys sit down and watch this." So that's why I'm upset, because like I don't have tickets to Bad Blood. They're crazy expensive, man, just ridiculously. Like I said, I might leave Atlanta that weekend, but that was done so masterfully. It's been WWE's production as of late, maybe like last year or so, has gone up. Even just the social media stuff that they put out has just increased so dramatically. They always used to put really good stuff together, really good packages before the matches and stuff. But this was on like another level. The cinematic was amazing. And again, I saw Roman was here that week, but didn't know what he was here for. But now we know. So that was pretty dope. The 7 cars were a bit much, though.
I mean, hey, look, yo, it wasn't too much when Ric Flair was out here styling and profiling. So
7 SUVs, though.
Hey, listen. When you tribal chief, you pull up in how many and whatever you feel pull up in. if he wanted to pull up in a spaceship, I'd be like, hey, our tribal chief is astronomical, so it makes sense.
Universal.
Universal. Okay. Courtney, your thoughts on that, and then the question I also have for you is, could AEW take a page from something like that and just something so cinematic? And then who could you see something particular like that being used for with two AEW stars?
Well, first off, not just Paul Heyman, I gotta give credit to the video crew, to everybody in that production staff, because they all deserve a pay raise for that one. That was just incredible. And just seeing them go face to face talking about that, because I remember the first time I watched it, like, if you saw my reaction, like, I didn't say anything. I was just so glued into the TV and just watching it. That could be so epic. Now, on the AEW side, they could, because I've seen some of their promo packages and pay-per-views, but in particular, if there was one rivalry actually two rivalries that I could see them do a video production, Hangman and Swerve, because there's a lot of history with them and they kind of can go back to where they first started. And also, there is another one, particularly in the tag team division, that's actually been happening for a while. I would say the Young Bucks and the Acclaimed, only because 4 years ago, when they faced off against each other in 2020, the Acclaimed was the New Kids on the Block, the Young Bucks were the tag team champions, and then 4 years later, it kind of set into place. So it's just having that full circle moment, thinking like, no, these are not like one and done teams. Like, this has been happening for a while. So there are a few rivalries that I could see. I will say they actually did a really good job. They actually did a solid one on MJF and Will Ospreay, even though it's been like short, because they had some history with each other, but I kind of wish they expanded it. What about Orange Chris Jericho and Orange Cassidy? Maybe. I mean, maybe, possibly, but if you want to include that in there. But yeah, there's a monosity with them. But those are kind of I wish they
if you don't mind me saying, Courtney, if you're gonna give me a cinematic matchup, you better have House of Black in there.
Oh yeah, House of Black.
Or is it
makes sense? Yeah.
You know, you want to talk about a revival of sorts for a faction that is not being utilized nearly enough to their full potential. I would put House of Black.
Yeah,
them in the patriarchy vignette like that would have been dope. That would have been very
or
dope.
even Darby. I'll even take Darby. I'll take a vignette from Darby, a cinematic vignette, as opposed to him putting his body through it all over again, as if he hasn't done it enough already this year. Alone.
Actually, it's interesting because I don't know why they didn't. I think they might have posted on an episode of Dynamite, but they also posted on their socials where he did a one with Jack Perry. Because I think like he did one, like he talked about his feelings about Jack Perry, how he didn't want him in AEW, and I think they might have did it in Seattle because he was like skating, but he like said it. But yeah, House of Black is somebody that I actually would like to see because I feel like everybody's been calling out House of Black, which I don't know why everybody's been calling them out.
Because we're begging Tony Khan to use them. We're begging. We're dying. We're starving.
This is the only faction I know where all of them are fire. Like it ain't no like I don't see no weak link in House of Black. Like all them dudes they own as competitors.
I think that would be perfect for a cinematic match.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, House of Black would definitely be good. Even like when Malachi Black faced off against Adam Copeland, that was kind of there, but everybody from House of Black should be there.
Yeah. Well, man, I think it's just helping ramp up Bad Blood in Atlanta. As you can see, Neon is quite upset because these tickets are ridiculous, and you can thank our tribal chief for that, not Cody Rhodes. He's included.
His home is here, man.
Well, as we saw from the vignette, that is the tribal chief's home. Now, Georgia is Roman country, not Cody country.
I wish I had my Cody shirt, man.
As we saw. No, you don't know. You know you got the Final Boston shirt on. That leads back to where? Your tribal chief.
All right, man.
That's why these tickets
gonna get off Cody, man.
The tribal chief is back and is in action.
Yeah, they skyrocketed.
Was not as much as Bad Blood now, were they?
What's that again?
I said the tickets to Bash in Berlin were not as high as Bad Bloods. Want to know why? Because
The exchange rate.
Councilman, the tribal chief was nowhere near Bash in Berlin. It was a Timu tribal chief. So
that's why them tickets were right here. And then when we found out, tribal chief gonna be at Bad Blood. My hand ain't even where the ticket price. Y'all don't even know why I stopped at. Because that's how I okay.
Well, you know what? Since we're on the bloodline, there has been some news that has been surfacing all over the airwaves and on the socials today. Apparently, we have a new joiner to the NXT internal roster, Hikuleo, who is also a part of the Anoa'i family. This is a big freaking deal, man, because now it's like, all right, we finally know it's happened. His name and WWE have been affiliated for quite some time, and now it's actually official. He is a part of the NXT internal roster, and 7 foot Samoan. Anyone takers? What do you guys think?
So I got a question I got to ask you, Dion. So we've seen from, let's say, for instance, we've seen from Solo Sikoa's run in NXT. It was very quick and abrupt before he called up. Do you see the same thing happening to Hikuleo, or does he get a solid run in NXT first before moving up?
And I don't know. Once I saw the signing, I was like, another one? And I was like, the whole company is going to be stacked with them. By the time it's over. But no,
they have been for 50 years.
Exactly. But now we're like, again, connecting those dots and that whole bloodline now. I'm like, good grief. But will he get a run? I think it'll be good to give him a solid run at NXT for now. I don't know.
Him versus
Dylan, you might have hit the nail on the head with that.
I'm going to agree with Dylan. That's why you give him a sizable run in NXT to be that person who takes down.
Because they kind of did that for Solo a little bit, you know, in the beginning and stuff like that. Then all of a sudden he shows up on the main roster and he's Roman's enforcer. And who knows, we might get the same journey with Hikuleo. Courtney, let's just post this out there just because it's for shits and giggles. And I want to ask everybody else here in the chat as well as you guys. Hikuleo, Timu bloodline or OTC bloodline?
Ooh,
I knew you were gonna ask that.
Man.
It's got to be the. I don't want to call him the bloodline number 2. I don't want to disrespect him that much.
Timu is a very respectable site, sir. Not only here for us, but someone respects Timu somewhere.
I think it's because isn't he related to Tama? Like, well, they are related, but isn't
were they
brothers or something?
Let me look that up really quick.
Because I think he could join that one, but I don't know who the OG bloodline has for him.
I'm going with
his
OG.
Father, his father's Haku, so yeah, Tongaloa is his brother.
He can't turn his back.
Yeah, I mean that would make a lot of sense. He would join Team New Bloodline.
I mean, Solo did it to Jimmy and Jay, and he was like, "Those are my brothers." When he said that to Roman and everything, and he still betrayed him.
Yeah, and the thing is,
these guys.
And the OTC needs someone to combat Jacob, like having the werewolf, and then you got this 7-foot monster. Like there ain't no stopping them then. And so it's like you need something that at least balances the scale a little bit. And then we still like don't know if that's the final boss's bloodline too. It's like now who is gonna stop all of them?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's tough to say. But nonetheless, Hikuleo has been added to the NXT internal roster. Do we see a long run for him, Courtney, or do we see him obviously getting a speedy push all the way up to the main roster?
I pretty much start off a little soon. They did sign to NXT, and I definitely want to see him in a really good, solid rivalry. either with Obafemi, and you have that partnership with TNA. Maybe somebody from TNA could challenge him. So there's a lot of options and possibilities that he could have a really good, solid run in NXT. And plus, it'll give an opportunity for people who are not familiar with him or don't follow the whole family. They can give an understanding. And like Vic Joseph, he could give a background on like who he is, who's he related to. So it gives people an idea.
Yeah, I agree with Courtney. I would like to see him establish himself first as somebody, especially like being 7 foot and all of that. And then that's another thing too. I want to see someone at his height stand out. Like we seen what happened with Omos. Like Omos could have been that next great giant, and we didn't see nothing come of it. Like, no disrespect in being in the bloodline and stuff like that, but I don't think he'll get the initial shine that he should, other than just being muscle. Like, I want people to see, like, yo, this guy can go. This guy is really something amazing to see in the ring, and not just used as another bodyguard in a bigger story.
Yeah, if he were to have a nice, decent, solid run in NXT, I'm definitely betting on him challenging Obafemi for the North American title. He's probably the first person I've seen that's actually legitly threatening to Oba's title reign as far as stature and his look, size, and everything like that. But we got to see what he's able to work with. I mean, we know he's had experience overseas as well. So, I mean, we're just going to have to wait and see what they gear up for. But if he's in the hands of NXT and Shawn Michaels, I'm not worried.
He's fine.
I'm not worried.
He can show up in a hoodie at a pay-per-view soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. We don't know who that is. Who is this?
Hoodie, yeah.
Yeah. It's not like it's gonna be a ninja in a hoodie for a segment.
Yeah.
You know, like we're gonna get this guy pummeling somebody from the original bloodline or Jey Uso or something later on. But it's gonna be very enjoyable. And welcome to the roster, Hikuleo.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Mhm.
Yes, indeed.
Big news. I mean, since we're on the bloodline, we might as well stick with some bloodline thing. What do you think, partner?
Yeah, we should.
There's some. We've been talking a lot about Big Quiche, who's also a viewer and friend of the show here, Women's Wrestling Talk. Big Quiche, for those of you if you've been living under a rock, you know it's Rikishi. Rikishi Fatu has been making lots of noise on the socials and, you know, saying a lot of things. Just last week, we had discussed him talking about, you know, reaching out for Jimmy and saying prayers for Jimmy for some reason. And it kind of had us all amuck, like, what the hell is going on? Is he okay? What's happening? Or is it just a work or shoot? Blah, blah. Well, Big Quiche is at it again with the noise on the socials. And he believes that Jacob Fatu is being pushed too fast. Now, is it me? Or is there's been a little pattern with Kishi lately? Because before, it seemed that he was upset with the fact that Rhea Ripley and Jey Uso were not aligned yet. All of a sudden, they're aligned. Then he said the same thing about, then he said, they're talking about Jimmy, and we're hearing that he's medically cleared and supposed to be returning. Then there's that. Now he's talking about Jacob Fatu being pushed too fast. But we've been saying here on Women's Wrestling Talk for the last couple months since he showed up, that it's go time. It's go time for Jacob Fatu. I want to get what your thoughts are on the situation. How do you feel about the words of Rikishi talking about Jacob Fatu? Dion, I'll start with you.
Yeah, I mean, it's not too fast. I think it's been at the appropriate sort of speed for him, because even just seeing that face off with him and Roman, that crowd popped for that.
When that came close.
Yeah, they haven't even touched yet, right? Like, so whenever that does happen, that's going to blow off the roof. And come on, he's insanely athletic. He has this level of intensity that we haven't seen in the bloodline. I think it's at the right steady pace. They'll keep it at a steady pace.
I'm sorry.
I keep putting these up while I talk.
I'm never going to see that. The tribal cheat.
That is so good. That is so good.
Now he got to get them tattooed. Now, if you watching this, you got to get your cheeks tattooed.
But appropriately, it's at the right speed, because just look at the pops he's getting, look at the reactions he's getting, and even that moonsault is a thing of beauty, right? So I think it's at an appropriate sort of speed for him. His big push will probably come. Oh man, we got Rumble and then everything leading up to Mania, so we'll see how that all shakes down. But no, I've enjoyed his push so far.
Excellent.
It's been steady. It's been consistent.
Courtney, do you think that Jacob Fatu is being pushed too fast, or you think that this is just the speed that he moves on? Does he move with the speed, or does the speed move with him?
I don't think it was too fast, because when he came in, he just came in at the right time. And he just came in as this man who was like a wolf, and I'm like, who is this crazy
Just
person?
crazy. Yeah.
Like, he just came in like a wild man. So he's starting to build up slow. And plus, he wrestled with a goddamn walking boot. He wrestled with a walking boot, so that's like props to him. And plus, seeing him have that stare down with Roman and the crowd really getting into it, because it's starting to slow a little bit, because I know they have a tag team match at Blood, but it will be interesting to see them have it 1-on-1. So I don't think it's too fast. He's actually going at his own pace and showing everybody, especially if they're not familiar with who he is, they're showing, this is who I am, and I am the wolf pack of Team New Bloodline. So he's going at his own pace.
Councilman, what are your thoughts?
I don't think he's being pushed up too fast. I think Solo needs to catch up.
Oh,
It's no shit.
No, boy,
let him know. Let him know, tag partner. Let him know.
Yeah, that's really what it is. Yeah, it is fight or flight. Either you're about to step it up, or you're gonna get passed up. And I think that's really it. Like, we've seen Solo get better with each week, but again, too, like, you decided that you can fill the shoes of the tribal chief, and unfortunately for him, with us in the WWE universe, you've compared yourself to this man. And so in every aspect of mic delivery, in-ring performance delivery, outside of this, it's like, yo, you have some big shoes to fill. And now you also have this werewolf clipping at your heels, to where it's like, yo, put him in the front as to how you presented this as this renegade bloodline. So it's just like, yo, like, Solo got to get more sadistic. Solo's promos have to be more sinister. When he's out there, you have to show why these three are around you and look to you to be the leader. So I don't think he's being pushed too fast, as where Solo may need to speed up his character development to keep up with the Team New Bloodline.
Yeah, I mean,
that's perfect.
You've got a lot of bigger shoes to fill if you even think that you are in the same realm as the tribal chief Roman Reigns, only because we saw you take all of those L's for a straight year last year, pretty much, and you lost twice to Cody. You had 2 opportunities for the title, you lost. That never would have happened with our tribal chief.
But
I'm the tribal chief around here. Yeah, you see me, the tribal chief. That's right.
So we acknowledge you, Solo, as your tribal chief.
But it's good heel work, right? It's good heel work, because he can never.
Wait, not the down one.
He can never.
I acknowledge you, my Timu chief.
My Timu chief.
Can you take the bloodline Wolfpack? I like that one. No.
I feel like
it sounds too cool. It sounds too cool. No, I don't want to have that.
It's so unoriginal. We been there, done that. They need to leave that alone.
Yep.
Yeah. So
maybe Blood Wolves or something like that. That's a little bit more menacing. I don't know.
We'll see. But again, I know we got to keep it pushing, because we trying to stick to a deadline before Raw starts. And so we found out some other news that I don't believe whatsoever. I think somebody's just one of these Cody crybabies wrote this, but apparently and allegedly, Cody Rhodes is in the top 5 of Fanatics for merch sales across all athletes. That includes LeBron James in the NFL, Brett Favre from the NBA.
Don't say Brett Favre. He stole that money from
No, wait a
minute.
You know, Santino Morello up in soccer. Like, apparently he's topped all of these people in the top 5 of merch sales. I'm gonna start with you, honey. Just, is this true? Do you believe that is true across all athletes?
Well, They are talking about merch sales, and he's in the top 5 of I would definitely have to like not be forced to believe that, but I do believe that because it doesn't surprise me that Cody is continuously selling, considering how beloved he is by all the crybabies and all the babies and all the kids that love to dress like him and all the cosplayers and everything like that. It's shout outs to Cody, but you know what? I just, you know, okay. You sold a lot of merch. You sold a lot of merch. Good job. Good job. Now let's
You know who sold a lot of seats?
let's work on having a much more intense title reign for the end of the year. How about that?
Oh boy.
How about you have them shirts fill up that stadium like my tribal chief does?
Out on bail, first out of jail, California dreaming. As soon as I step on the scene, I'm hearing hoochie screaming, feeding for money and alcohol.
That's your champ. That's y'all champ, y'all. That's y'all. You Cody Crybabies. That's y'all champ. You see that?
Is it just me though? I don't like that he did that.
Hey man, it happened though.
It happened.
It
happened, but I'm like,
it made me smile. It made me smile.
Yeah.
And I love that song because everybody knows when that verse hits, you go crazy for that verse.
I just don't know how you turned into looking like a 56-year-old father of 4 when you did that. Like, I don't know. But Dion, as a Cody shirt owner, how do you feel about knowing that he's in the top 5? So, and our bears letting know WWE Shop is a Fanatic site. I don't know how to capitalize on that.
Yeah, it's powered. Yeah, it's powered by Fanatics. So yeah, most of those shops have turned into that. A lot of athletic sites have turned into that too. But I mean, I kind of believe it after I'm sitting here thinking about it. When we got on, I was like, okay, we haven't seen the list. But I put it this way. You buy a LeBron jersey, that's the only jersey you have. Cody has how many variations of a t-shirt, how many variations of a hat, hoodie, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't put it past that he's in that top 5. I like to see the rest of the list. If they want to drop it, that'd be great. But
I want to see how much more merch. Like I want to see like if they have the like remember when The Rock was trolling John Cena all those years ago in 2012 when they had their beef and it was like a year-long promo running thing and he was throwing in the Boston Harbor, he was throwing his merch. He's like, they actually make this John Cena garden gnome or some perfume or whatever, or cologne or whatever the hell, and it smells like monkey piss and Cody Crybaby tears and all of that stuff. I wonder if there's any more other interesting items besides just t-shirts. It's gotta be. I think it has to be.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Shout outs to Cody Rhodes.
Shout out to him. Courtney, any thoughts on Cody hitting the top 5 in Fanatic merch sales?
I'm actually going to go with Dion because I actually own a Cody Rhodes t-shirt, but I was not a crybaby and I didn't complain during WrestleMania. But
that's because you're smart. That's because you're an intelligent woman. That's why.
No. So
I actually don't have a Cody shirt either.
Yeah, I do have a Cody shirt, but I'm happy for Cody. But I want to see that whole list because I'm curious on like, who else is in like top 5, top 10, specifically in the wrestling side. I'm just curious on seeing that full list because that covers all the athletes. So I'm happy for Cody, but I want to see that full list.
So who do you think? Like, give me 2 picks that you think might be in that list outside of Cody in wrestling.
This is going to sound a little bit crazy, especially for you, Councilman. I kind of have to go with CM Punk.
That
Are you sure? Yeah, no. I kind of have to go with CM Punk. I don't know why, but...
Listen, the world is sheep, okay? When you got a world full of sheep, it doesn't surprise me.
I really like the way the chat is thinking because I would have to agree with the special little nobodies. When Cody Rhodes goes full Homelander, the merch sales are definitely going to be 10 times more, which was said by Dylan Matthews, aka DM Hunk.
No one like the good guy anymore, man. No one loves the baby face anymore.
Are you kidding me? We love the good guy. Listen. If you got, and for anybody who knows me, not everybody here does that well, but I'm just saying, like, when Cody returned and came home, I was happy. I'm like, good, absolutely. But now it would be but it just became, I guess for me, it just be, and this is just from my perspective. I'm not putting my opinion on anybody, but I'm just saying from my perspective, it just seemed like, all right, we know obviously this guy's going for the title. Obviously, the chase was obvious. It was there from the get-go. And then the Roman thing, and I knew he wasn't going to win the first time. I was planning on him not winning the second time, but he did, and we're here now. And we're here with this title reign of Cody crybaby-ness. And we're gonna get that rematch eventually. But when he goes full Homelander, that's when I'm gonna really, really be happy, and I'm gonna laugh in all the Cody crybaby faces.
Oh man,
I've been like, I told you so.
You can put that on me, tag partner. You can definitely put that on me. I was happy when he got here, and then y'all want to decide to deny me the great one and my tribal chief.
Look what you got from the great one now, man. You got a hell of a character with that final.
See, this your prop. See, this the problem with all the Cody crybaby.
Silver liners,
that
man.
happened with Roman.
Silver
That didn't
liners.
happen because of that basic bitch. That happened because The Rock is phenomenal. He could have done that with Roman. Cody did not make that happen. He could have created the final boss going up against Roman.
No, he couldn't have, man. He couldn't have been that.
Everybody wants to see the story finished.
The final the final boss would have never happened.
Listen, the final boss would never have happened if Cody didn't pull what he did at the press conference. Perfect. It never would have happened, because the next day this man started giving us 10-minute Instagram videos just talking straight smack and killing it every day.
But have we not seen that from our great one?
Of course we've seen that. We've seen that for years, but this was on another level. This is Hollywood. This is Hollywood Rock versus mixed with the great one Rock. This is every single bit of the Rock that we've had from the very beginning and put into one. And it just
I just refuse to hear that, Cody. I just
sorry.
Credit.
I've been under. I'm not gonna lie. I've been trolling under the Rock's posts lately, and I'm just like, "Are you pulling up this week? Are you pulling up this week?" Like, I'm literally tagging him and be like, "Bro, I know you're pulling up this week. You bet you got to."
SmackDown need you, right? Like,
right?
Bad. When do we think he's coming back? Real quick. When do we see him?
Probably close to Survivor Series.
That's what I was thinking.
That's what I'm thinking. Closer to that time.
Yeah,
I think we could end up seeing him at Bad Blood. I feel like it's only right. I feel like it makes sense. I feel like it makes sense to either at Bad Blood or right after, because the blood didn't spill until the final boss was in the building. Okay, and whose blood did he spill? Cody's. Who did he say he was going to come back for after he was done with his filming and stuff? And he's got to go away for a while. Cody. So he's definitely going to be coming back like any week now. I believe it.
Yeah. So, but shout out to Cody for topping the 5 in merch and stuff.
Oh my God, Cedric. The mayor's joined us and he's making some really crazy accusations right now. And I'm just gonna go here with it, and then we'll move on with counting.
Accusations. These are not accusations. This is false accusation. And
we know Lola was for sure in there shaking cheeks. Since J-Lo didn't show up. And with that, since we've talked about merch, let's talk about some other top 5 merch right now.
Hey yo, you that's watching this. You sitting on the couch staring at the screen, not knowing what you want to do, like this is an online college. Are you tired of wearing shirts that make you look like an extra stuck in catering? Do you want to step your wrestling swag game up to the next level? Then Women's Wrestling Talk has got you covered. Like literally. Are you for life in pink or black and white? Or maybe you're the EST and people need to respect you accordingly. Want to put some pride in your stride and show off the muscle in your hustle? Then make sure you check out the WWT store. Not now, but right now. Alright? What you waiting for? Head to www.talkpodstore.com and don't make me fight you. Shit.
This episode of Women's Wrestling Talk has been brought to you by All Caribbean Wrestling. Catch the wave. Go to allcaribbeanwrestling.com to check out all the latest pay-per-views or go on the YouTube page at All Caribbean Wrestling. Also, go and check out their socials on Instagram at All Caribbean Wrestling and on X at All Caribbean WR1.
Oh yeah, www.talkpod.com for all that cool merch. Make sure you cop it. What?
Hold
Wait, what?
Hold on.
What?
Hold on.
What?
No,
What are we
you
doing?
didn't put a Cody Rhodes shirt over a Rock shirt.
What are we doing?
No, you didn't. No, you
Wait,
didn't.
wait. I can't even.
What? I can't even see. What's this?
Oh, it says Georgia's own.
You put that on top of a Rock shirt?
Wow.
I don't feel good about it either, but
So yeah,
Oh my god!
If you take that off, I will not put you back on. You take that crap off.
Oh my!
I ain't gonna be like that. I ain't that person.
I was gonna say, give me a second. I'll take it. I'll switch it.
I know.
Because I do have another one. So,
but at least you let us know you do have one. At least you know you do.
Oh my god!
We talked about the final boss returning back to Survivor Series, and just that, I guess that rolls into our next story as we have been talking about Survivor Series. And Rhea Ripley has recently let us know who she would name as her War Games Dream Team. Honey, I'm gonna let you take this one away and let us know who has Rhea decided that would be her War Games Dream Team she would go into battle with.
I think this is actually a pretty nasty list. I'm not mad at this list at all. And I know somebody in here in this chat would be very happy with a couple of these names. Miss Cindy, I'm talking to you. Rhea Ripley has named her War Games Dream Team. And we know that Rhea is the queen of War Games. Well, one of them, because I'm just saying Io Sky.
Io is the queen.
Okay. Rhea Ripley, also including herself, because we know that there's 5 members in War Games matches. Rhea Ripley has put herself, Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, Io Sky, and Kairi Sane. That is an absolutely disgusting War Games dream team for sure. We know that 4 of them have experience in War Games. Kairi Sane, Io, Bianca, and Rhea. Jade Cargill, I don't think you want to be locked up with her anywhere in a War Game. So, but for Rhea to choose these women, what do you guys think of this list? Is there anything that you would change or keep? Courtney, I'll start with you.
Hold on, and I just want to add one thing to that. With knowing this list, what team would you put together to come back
against them? Okay, gotcha.
And I'll make it even more juicier. They don't have to just be in WWE. You got the full world.
Oh, go ahead. All right, Courtney, you got you got first.
I actually do like that team. That's a pretty sick team.
With
With all those ladies, I can't even think of that. Now, of course, if I had to pick with Liv Morgan, of course, I mean, hey, it's only fair for her if she went up against Liv Morgan at Survivor Series. Sorry, I'm like looking at the chat. I mean, look, if I have to do Liv Morgan, I could see Tiffany Stratton be in there. Tiffany. I'll just throw one in there from NXT. Possibly Roxy. I could see being there. And I'm also thinking tag team wise, because which female tag teams? I would say probably Chelsea Green could be a wild card. I could see with Liv. Nice. And I'm just gonna throw a left field curve out there, even though it may not happen. Alexa Bliss.
Nasty. All vicious. Very good names. Yes. Councilman, what about your list? I like these lists here in the chat. You guys let us know in the chat as well.
Ooh, y'all gonna have to come back to me on that one.
Okay. Well, Dion, you got
how many I need? 6?
5?
How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I got it. I'm putting Charlotte, Jordan Grace, Nia, Heel Bailey, and somebody has to jump off the top. So Sol Ruka is my pull up from NXT.
Oh, okay.
So that's my team. I don't know if we win, but it's gonna be hell of a match. So I'll take it.
Okay.
I like Liv, Jordan Grace, Liv, Jordan Grace, Naya,
Yeah.
and let's see. Oh, Zelina Vega and Tiffany Stratton.
Okay. How many I need? 5?
5.
Of course, my 2 clients are already in this. The greatest women's world champion out right now, Miss Roxy
Perez.
I'm also gonna go with, of course, Miss Tiffy in the bank, Tiffany Stratton. But I'm also gonna pick Julia to be in there. Julia, Oscar, and then for my 5th one, I'm gonna go with Stephanie Vacour.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with those.
Then again, there's so many other ones too, because there's ones in NXT that I didn't even consider, like Sol Ruka. Dion said Sol Ruka. I would even put Jada Parker in a freaking War Games match.
Yeah, that would be epic.
Yeah, but yeah, they think those are pretty solid lists, and I think that's a very solid list by Rhea. I mean, those 5 women in a cage locked in with another group of women. I feel bad for the other group, quite honestly. It's no shade.
That's tough. That's tough to go up against. I'm not even right.
Yeah, but let's just dive in really quick for just the announcement that Reality of Wrestling has. They have announced a new tournament called the Sherry Martel Classic Tournament, and of course, I don't think it could be any more fitting because Sherry Martel is one of my personal favorites. Heel managers. She was also an amazing wrestler back in the day and a Hall of Fame legend. Infamous for being a part of the promo along with Booker T, where he kind of had a little slip up. Also, she was definitely a great. She had a great hand in creating the HBK persona with Shawn Michaels as well, and of course being the manager of Harlem Heat on in the 90s. She was just a trailblazer of the like. So what do you guys think about Reality of Wrestling's announcement, and what do you see for the Sherry Martel Classic Tournament? Dion, I'll start with you.
No, this is great. If you ever heard like Booker T talk about Sherry Martel, he and Stevie Ray loved her. He credited her with a lot of like that up and coming Harlem Heat in WCW. So I think, is this the first one they've done? I feel like you said this. He's run this tournament before. Either had an ideal.
Yeah, it was in like April of 2022.
Okay. So I'm anxious to see who's on the card for it. Obviously, Reality of Wrestling has kind of linked up a lot with NXT lately, so it'll be pretty cool to see what talent from NXT comes down from that, and then obviously other independent talents on that. But I think it's like Booker T just giving her flowers, man, a show of appreciation for somebody who meant so much to wrestling. Like you said with Shawn Michaels, right? Like that person, she sang his
original, she sang the original theme song initially. When he made the turn.
Yeah, so she's been like just woven through the time of wrestling. I don't think you can tell the story without her. So having a tournament named after her is huge.
Yeah,
and Booker T loves her, so that's great.
Yeah, I heard that Carly Bright, who's an NXT superstar, she had aligned herself with Idris Enofe and the other gentleman's name, and I can't remember what it was, but it'll come to me. But she will be featured, I think, in this tournament as well. So it'd be really cool to see what other kind of surprises that they could come up with. Boza here says Emily May Heller. Shout outs to Emily May. I love Emily May of Reality Wrestling. Revealed that there will be some surprises showing up for the tournament, which should be really, really cool. Councilman, is there anybody in particular you see that you would like to see join in on this tournament?
You know exactly who I want to see in this tournament.
Oh boy, there it is. But Idris Enofe and Malik Blade. Thank you very much, Dylan. I appreciate that. But I'm assuming that we are talking about your client, the Queen of Pop Rock City, Roxanne Perez.
Yes.
Okay.
Indeed. Yes, indeed. And I would love to make my return down there to Reality of Wrestling. Never got to be on the card, but definitely got to help with training some of the cats. Shout out my boy Mysterious Q and Vegas. Used to wrestle with these boys in the ring at Reality of Wrestling. And my boy Brad Gilmore. So I'm excited anytime we talk about ROW. And I think just with all the tournaments that you have happening, like again, just seeing some of these women really start to get their shine and just show like how much of a pillar they really are in this wrestling community. I think it's just dope, and I think it's really cool to see Booker continue to put this on. But I would love to see Roxanne Perez there, and honestly too, I would love to see some of the women from All Caribbean Wrestling maybe get on there too as well. I would love to see just them be able to get they shine because they are amazing, and I think just to continuously be put into those spots, I love to see that. So hopefully we get some of those pop-ups, but I think just like last year, it's going to be a really good tournament.
Yes. Shout outs to our All Caribbean Wrestling, our amazing sponsors. Courtney, any thoughts on the Sherry Martel Classic tournament? And is there anybody in particular you'd like to see as well?
Oh, I'm so excited for this one. And Sherry Martel, a lot of women to this day say that was one of her biggest influences. Like Victoria said, like she adored Sherry Martel, and she was one of the reasons that she got into wrestling. So I'm excited for this, and of course, it's WWT Live, so we got to support all the ladies here. And I'm excited to see. I mean, I would not be shocked to see anybody from NXT. I would love to see some girls from the TNA Knockouts be a part of that tournament. I don't know any in particular, but it would be nice to see some of the Knockouts be a part of that because that would be exciting. Also, anybody from the independent scene, I would love to see be a part of it. Booker, he's doing his thing. He's doing what he does best, and I'm excited to see what he's capable of for this year. I know there has been announcements of a few people from NXT, but it would be nice to see not just women from All Independent, but I would love to see some TNA Knockouts be in that tournament.
Excellent. Yes. I think it's going to be very interesting to see how this classic tournament unfolds. I love that they're naming these tournaments after legends. Like you got Dusty Rhodes Classic, and then you have the Sherry Martel Classic, and what was the other? There's another one. There's another one that has somebody. Oh, the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Like I love things like that because it just continues to tribute all the predecessors and Hall of Famers that came before us, and it's just paving the way for new talent. And it's going to be really dope to see what Reality of Wrestling comes up with. And can't wait for all the surprises as well for the Sherry Martel Classic tournament. Let's take a little dip. Let's dip our toe outside of WWE for a moment, and let's talk about AEW. And I'm going to definitely pose this question first to our PR and media princess here at WWT. It has been announced that AEW pay-per-views will soon be streaming on Max, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to be excited about that. Courtney, any thoughts on this transition from pay-per-view to now a streaming platform for AEW? And which pay-per-view do you think will be the first one to stream on Max?
Oh my God, by the grace of God, yes! It's been a long time coming. Yes.
No more $50.
I know exactly.
No more $50.
Yes. And I have HBO Max, so that's even more better. First off, I'm excited. This has been conversations going crazy because it's like, oh, it's not true. So I said, you know what? Let's just fall into place. I'm not even gonna worry about any dirt cheese, and I'm just like, yes. The first pay-per-view I would like to see. I would not be shocked if it's Wrestle Dream. If it's not Wrestle Dream, then it will be Full Gear, which that would be the next pay-per-view. So it would be easier. Yeah, that would be true for if it's on HBO Max. But yes, I am just excited because they're continuing that partnership with Warner Brothers, and also just really continue that because I was just like, yes. But I predict possibly, if not Wrestle Dream, it'll be Full Gear. That'll be the first pay-per-view. And if they could get archive footage from all the TVs, from Dynamite, Collision, Rampage, then I'll be a happy camper.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. Dion, any thoughts about the pay-per-view switch for AEW?
I felt like it was inevitable, right? Like we've been conditioned since like what 2014 that we don't spend money for pay-per-views anymore.
We stream it. We
Yeah, like
stream it.
yeah, $9.99, right? That started it all, right? So I felt like it was inevitable. If Max or Warner Brothers then decide to put it on, I think that was a little disservice to themselves, because you can sort of see how Peacock and that deal went for WWE, even just the W Network in this infancy when it first started. WWE was forward thinking, and I think that's what everything's moving to. Maybe like 10 years from now, we might not even be talking about ratings anymore. So
Right.
I think this switch was bound to happen. They need to move the whole catalog over. That will only help improve their fan base too. And again, we talk about ratings not being a thing after a while, but it would help currently for them to get eyeballs on the product too. Just depends on how that whole deal works out. But yeah, I don't think I paid for a pay-per-view in 10 years. I guess it'll be 10 years now.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, I've been guilty of purchasing a couple of pay-per-views for AEW just for the sake of anything. But the first one that I did spend like official on was Sting's retirement, because there was no way I was missing that. But I think it's gonna be really, really interesting to see the transition in viewership and how much further their viewership is gonna go from the pay-per-views as opposed to what it's going to look like when they see those streaming numbers, because the streaming numbers is where it's at. Everything you stream video games, you stream TV shows, you stream anything, and I think that's definitely going to affect the results for AEW and what they want. I think this is also probably going to help with how well they proceed and how much further they go with this Warner Brothers deal that they're currently in talks about. And yeah, I mean, let's see if the chief strategy, whatever the heck position officer, if Mr. Fake TK could get it together and finally give us the product we've been waiting to see. I mean, I know that I'm not going to sit here and say that AEW is all bad, because it's not. But it's just, I feel like it's always been a work in progress with AEW. It's hit or miss every time, and you need to stay consistent. Like in order to become the machine that WWE is, you need to really, really, really gear yourself up into putting your all into it and not just throwing money in people's faces for the sake of them not leaving you for another promotion. Just saying. But I'm just saying that this could also help them up the ante to make better matches, make better decisions as far as storytelling, and booking in general. But yeah, so AEW pay-per-views are going to be soon streaming on Max, and of course, when we get more details, we will let you guys know. Still sticking with the realm of streaming, because we do have a couple of other things that are happening this week. The Netflix documentary we've all been waiting on, Mr. McMahon, is going to be debuting this week, and you best believe that I'm watching this as soon as midnight hits. Whatever on the 25th. It's the 25th, or is it 28th?
25th.
25th. Yeah. So in two days, in 48 hours time, when midnight hits, you best believe I will be eyeing this documentary like a hawk, and I cannot wait to get into it. We did talk a little bit about it last week. Some tweets came out from said Mr. McMahon's Twitter or X today, and I'm just going to read it really quickly here.
Yeah.
He says, I don't regret participating in this Netflix documentary. The producers had an opportunity to tell an objective story about my life and the incredible business that I built, which were equally filled with excitement, drama, fun, and a fair amount of controversy and life lessons. Unfortunately, based on an early partial cut I've seen, this documentary falls short and takes the predictable path of conflating the Mr. McMahon character with my true self, Vince. The title and promos alone make that evident. A lot has been misrepresented or left out entirely in an effort to leave viewers intentionally confused. The producers are use typical editing tricks with out of context footage and dated sound bites, etc., to distort the viewer's perception and support a deceptive narrative. In an attempt to further their misleading account, the producers use a lawsuit based on an affair I ended as evidence that I am, in fact, Mr. McMahon. I hope the viewer will keep an open mind and remember that there are two sides in every story. End quote. Guys, what do we think? Are we pretty hype about this documentary, Councilman?
You damn right. Because if you writing that,
Let's see, spill the tea. We waiting for the tea.
we know y'all about to say some stuff. If you got to write that, so
Man,
that's all I'm gonna state on that, man.
Yeah, definitely. What are I'm really one thing that I'm really looking forward to about learning about Vince. Because if you really think about it, there was only one documentary that they came out with him like ever. I think it was the Vince McMahon or the DVD where it was like half of his face was the business Vince and half was Mr. McMahon. If you know, you know. Okay, if you know, you know. Millennials. I don't know about you guys nowadays. You guys, I don't think you guys remember, but they had come out with a documentary that was phenomenal, and it was like I think it was like 2 discs or 3 discs, something like that. I'm really intrigued to learn more about Vince when he was younger. I want to know, like, I want to know a lot of his upbringing. Like, I know that he came up from nothing. He came from a poor family. They lived in a trailer park and such. And I would just want to be able to see and learn about the transition of how he was able to also buy his father's business and turn it into $1 million industry and a global corporation to what we see right now. There's been a lot of things that have been said about Vince, and we know for over the years. Mick Foley, who we're going to get into in a second, even said something about Vince where he chooses to remember Vince for what he brought to the business and appreciate what he brought to the business until other things come to light and these allegations, prove false or true or whatever. Until we get down to the bottom of it, I don't think anybody's really going to look at Mr. McMahon the same. Quite honestly, me as a woman, I don't think I can. I can always look at him like Mr. McMahon when I'm watching wrestling, but in the back of my mind as a woman, I'm like, this is and a lot of promos that were done was very questionable back then, and it was a different time.
But that's what I'm like, is this really gonna be surprising to y'all? Like,
it's not surprising to me at all that this was what he was. But I'm just saying, like, if it comes out that it's true, it's not going to make it any better. And it's just going to be like, damn, bro, like, I appreciate what you've brought and what you've done, because without you, I wouldn't have this thing called wrestling that I watch, that I love to watch every week. And I probably wouldn't even be here with you guys right now in this chat, in the stream, on this platform, all of it. So we have to, it's a little bit of a careful tread for me as a woman, and choosing how I want to remember Vince McMahon. But we cannot deny the greatness that he built with WWE. And if you guys want to see a glimpse of anything about Vince McMahon, make sure you check out that Netflix documentary this week. It is going to be debuting in a couple of days. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I think it's going to be really good. I think there's also going to be a lot of messiness in there. They're going to definitely be talking about the accusations as of recent months and how all that fell apart. I'm sure they also might talk about the merger with TKO as well. Like, I'm interested to see like where he was with a lot of things, like when he put his family on the forefront of the TV business. Like, it's gonna be really, really wild. But as far as his statements, does anybody have any thoughts here on what he said in defense of himself?
I mean, Vince gonna be Vince, right? Like, that's what I felt like that was. Like, the fact that he gave them so much, I guess, access to him, and he's seen an earlier cut and he's not happy with it. It I don't know. It's hard, honey. I agree completely with you. I watched the Attitude Era over, and I see him, and I remember those feeling. I remember those feels when I was little and watching, like, Vince McMahon get stunner, great, bedpan over the head, great. He's the higher power,
It was.
God,
yes, good stuff.
The best part about that was JR then, son of a bitch. But anyway, Vince is gonna be Vince at the end of the day. It stinks that that's what we're gonna have in our back of our mind about him. Man, yeah, it's gonna be a tough watch, because even I think it was maybe an Eric Bischoff podcast I listened to. He said he wasn't interviewed for it, but he saw himself in the preview for it. So they are using archive stuff to sort of put some of it together and piece it together. So I'll watch it with an open mind, but I'm sure towards the end it's gonna be like, it's gonna be a tough watch.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Any other thoughts about Vince McMahon's upcoming documentary on Netflix?
I'm
Katie?
actually excited and intrigued by this documentary because I want to see how Vince grew up as a child and also how he met Linda and how Linda was kind of like her thoughts, especially taking his dad's business, just getting her thoughts in there and how Stephanie and Shane kind of went into the business. That's going to be very interesting. I'm going to have to go with my sister, of course, because me being a female. And I remember when those reports came out on national television, like literally ABC, CBS, reading all that report, reading all the stuff that happened. It's really hard to balance because that's really hard to put out. And even with Vince, like, yeah, he brought WrestleMania, he brought wrestling into mainstream. Even when MTV was showing music videos at that time, he was bringing some celebrities into the music world, brought in the Attitude Era. I remember watching stuff from the Ruthless Aggression era when he was at Boss, and like Kurt Angle giving him an ankle lock, The Undertaker giving him a choke slam, and
Listen,
even
do you remember when Kane and
fought
Undertaker
God, too.
beat the crap out of Vince and broke
Oh,
his
yeah.
leg on the stairs?
Yeah.
When he got attacked by Austin, he got upset with them because they didn't bodyguard him. Prime Vince McMahon, prime Vince McMahon.
Oh yeah, he said something about it's like dealing with the handicap or something like that. Yeah, Vince was a terror, man. He was.
Man, he sacrificed his daughter and shit. Like there was a lot. There was so many crazy elements. But I remember peak Vince McMahon when he was created, and that was during the Montreal Screwjob with Bret the Hitman Hart spits in face. I remember sitting with my father, and I'm just like, Dad, is this part of the show? Is this part of the show? I don't know if this is part of the show, but I think Bret Hart is pissed off at Vince. But nonetheless we are here, and this documentary is going to be coming out in a couple of days, and we'll see. And I'm sure we will be here giving our thoughts and reviewing definitely everything that it covers. But yeah. So like I said, until we see exact proof or proof in the pudding that everything that transpired with him and this Janelle Grant young lady was true, then we could definitely make some moral decisions. But you know what, Sage D, what?
There we go.
You know
We're
what?
gonna see a lot of those after Thursday.
Well, we're gonna go from one stream to the next. One more thing before we get out of here. Well, we have two more things, then we'll get out of here. But we have WWE really quick is going. Oh, well, since he's here, Mick Foley has signed a new Legends deal with WWE. And what are your thoughts, guys? Councilman, I'm really intrigued to hear what you got to say about this.
I'm sure his son is very happy to know that he is back within the WWE and will be doing a lot of fun things. Hopefully they will flannel up together and do some cool stuff at these conventions and these cons now that he is back within the WWE. But I just like seeing these legends like get these deals and being able to continue to get the shine that they deserve. Like we see these clips of them all the time and all the stuff that they've done for WWE. So I'm just glad to see that these folks are being taken care of even after all of the sacrifices that they've made for the world of wrestling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. What about you guys, Courtney or Dion? Any words for or about Mick Foley signing a new Legends deal?
Yeah, WWE's locking them up, right? They at the last pay-per-view, I think they had the Legends box too. So I think I don't know, maybe Jacqueline's signed one too. So I mean, they're locking them up. Honey, I commented on your post of it. I was like, WWE 2K25 is going to be amazing because I'm going to have the entire Attitude Era roster from my universe.
Oh my God.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with
Absolutely.
that. But yeah, they shouldn't be anywhere else. They should be there. That's where they made their name. That's where they made their career. That's where they're remembered the most. Yeah, they well deserved on any legend that gets their Legends deal.
Yeah,
They live
definitely.
on forever.
Definitely. We also really quick before we get into Raw, because I know Dylan's got to do our clips for Raw. WWE, since just to further remind us that we are still ushering a new era, a whole few months later. WWE's content on Hulu is set to expire this Thursday. So if you haven't caught up on anything WWE on Hulu, I suggest you do. Or if not, you can download Peacock and get that. But the only thing I'm just gonna go that really quick. The only thing that they said that will stay as an original series and remain on the platform is going to be Bianca and Montez's love in WWE. So shout outs to that beautiful couple and shout outs for them being a mainstay on Hulu. WWE, I don't think it needs Hulu.
No,
I really don't think so.
Move Bianca show.
I'm not mad at this movement.
Peacock, so I can cancel my Hulu. That's all I have. I'm ready to cancel the Hulu account. Ain't nothing else on there, man.
Nothing's on there here.
But like Dylan said, man, we got to get to this Raw preview. And, you know, since we were talking about Mick Foley, obviously Mick Foley's son.
Sammy Foley.
Sammy Foley, Mick Foley Jr., or if y'all like to call him Sami Zayn, will be in competition with Ludwig Kaiser tonight. Hopefully he'll be able to pull out a victory. I hope not, because I don't want to see him face Gunther, but apparently some of y'all do. So that is where we are. We also got Drew McIntyre in the building today. He is going to be talking. I believe we're going to see if he's going to accept CM Punk Ass's challenge to face one another in a Hell in a Cell match.
You know he is.
We know he is. But, you know, we just can't wait to see how he's going to troll him. We know he's going to have that bracelet on deck, and we're hoping to maybe see if maybe CM Punk comes out and we get a controversy there. But the big take that we're getting away today on Raw is going to be the Intercontinental Championship is on the line. The champion Braun Breaker is going to be taking on main event Jey Uso. I want to know from y'all, does main event Jey Uso finally grab that singles titles, or will the dogs be barking tonight as Braun Breaker remains Intercontinental Champion? Dion, let's get your thoughts.
Shenanigans, man. That's all. When I look at this picture, I say shenanigans. Move. I'm done. I'm out. That's it. I'm done. I'm truly am done.
Okay, Courtney, your thoughts on this?
There is going to be a lot of shenanigans during that match. I don't want to say not yet because I want to see Jey get the Intercontinental Championship, but not yet because I want to see him and Braun have a really good rivalry moving forward. So I'm going with Braun Breaker on retaining.
Honey, I know you seem very I know. Do you want me to go first before you answer?
I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to do this no more.
You want me to answer it while you get yourself together?
Yeah, proceed.
Yeah. Breaker finna dog walk. Check this out. It's about to be spears everywhere. Jey Uso think he got a spear. You ain't met Braun Breaker's spear. Look, last Monday, do y'all see how Braun had to
out of nowhere
himself
out of nowhere
really hitting Jey? That man had to jump in the air so he didn't hit him with the full force, and he wasn't that far from him. Just imagine when he clocked that speed. The boy runs at 33 miles an hour. I'm sorry, Jey, you finna get folded up like a lawn chair. I know some.
He was special.
Sorry. I got sun in my eye. But ladies and gentlemen of the WWT universe, it is with a heavy, heavy heart and a very sad heart that I will not be rooting for Jey Uso. I am predicting Braun Breaker to win this match. I don't want to go against the Yeet Master. I love the Yeet Master. I'm yeeting all day, every day, all day yeet. Not no yeet, because I see some no yeets up in here. We'll get into that in a second. But yeah, the dog's gonna be barking. And I definitely smell shenanigans. And for some reason, guys, I felt it today. I don't know if anybody saw my honey pot predictions on the socials, but I feel something in the air. Something is in the air. I think somebody's coming, something's returning, or something is resurfacing or debuting. I don't know what it is, but
During this
business,
match?
business is picking up. I don't even know if it's for this match, but I'm thinking just starting tonight, from tonight going into the end of the year, shit's going down.
We going from yeet to yikes tonight. I'm predicting someone's Air Force One is flying off his foot tonight. That's what's going to happen.
There's a lot of no yeets in the chat room. Yes, yeets. I see them. Oh man, I don't know.
Much love to Jay, man, but I think the dogs will be barking tonight. But you could catch this and so much more that's going to be going down. It's going to be Raw. It's going to be. I don't know how long Raw is going to be. Is it 3 hours? Is it
3 hours?
It's still 3.
Hours. It's still 3. We're still at 3. We're still safe.
Yep.
I don't believe nothing they say no more. So however long it's on before them credits roll, you're going to get that. Also, to send Deal's point, I would love to see what the continuation between Bianca Belair and Io Sky takes place after that loss that happened last Monday.
Oh, yeah.
So, which was shocking.
Yeah.
Very
that was very.
But a lot of people don't. You can't sleep on Bianca and Io Sky. Bianca and Io Sky had some nasty matches in NXT title matches too. So when I saw that match, I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna need another one of those. I want another one of those." But
so hopefully that leads to some tag team action with her and Kairi Sane when she's a little bit better. We are just gonna have to see, as Dylan is saying, Jay is definitely going to the upper room tonight, but you're gonna have to catch this on Monday Night Raw, which is about to air in whatever time it is, because I'm not going to count that from 4:37. I don't know how many minutes that is because it's Monday. I'm tired.
Be 20. At least 20.
Yeah. We're 20-ish away from Monday Night.
20-ish.
That's it. So hopefully y'all can check it out. Watch Monday Night Raw, and also peek in the crowd to see if you see our mayor there, as he said that he might be popping up on tonight's Monday Night Raw. Let's make sure that he gets that same love that we gave to the professor when he was on NXT. And if you have it screenshotted, send it to us so we can definitely put it in the chat so we can root for our mayor.
We like cake over here.
I hope you got that sign, man.
Every time.
If you don't, you need to make that sign for tonight, y'all. So before we get up out of here, I want to make sure everybody knows where to follow and support y'all. Honey, where can everybody find you?
Everybody could find me nowhere near Hand-Me-Down or Mouthy Monetville. You could always find me in Wyatt Six City, which I'm really, really, really wondering where they're going to be at tonight. So I'm really, really intrigued, and I'm really excited for Uncle Howdy and who his next victim will be. But other than that, you can find me here Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays with the WWT Live crew. I have my honey pot predictions up on the socials, so make sure you guys check that out. All my socials are Wrestling with Honey TikTok, Wrestling with Honey Instagram, Facebook Wrestling W Honey, and there's a new podcast coming to town, Wrestling with Honey podcast. Like and subscribe on YouTube. Tell your friends about it.
Yes, indeed. Dion, where can we find you?
Yeah, I can find me and my partner Doc over at All Star Fandom.
Pause. Special little nobody's pause. Heavy on the pause. Go ahead, Dion. Sorry.
No problem. Over on All Star Fandom Show, TikTok, Instagram, on YouTube. We go live on Fridays for Rings of Power review. We do a lot of pop culture stuff, pop culture talk over there, and diving into other people's fandoms as well. We'd love to have you all on here to talk your wrestling fandoms too, like how that start and what sort of pulled you in the beginning. So we'll do something there. But yeah, thanks for having me again. I'm here as long as y'all will have me. So yeah, thanks for having me today.
We love having you here, Dion. You are an amazing addition.
Appreciate it.
Courtney, where can they find you?
They can find me here every Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays on WWT Live. You can also find me here every Wednesday as I do All Elite Wednesday. Do not miss this one because this is Grand Slam in New York. Not want to miss the watch along on Wednesday. You can also find me on Instagram and Twitter on @CourtneyNJ11, where I do have some upcoming initiatives that I'm doing. So be on the lookout on all my social channels.
Yes, indeed. You can find me at Recognize Is Spelled with a Z, Dylan. If you're going to come for me about time, that's my handle where you can find me. So you can find that on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. I will also be giving my Pharaoh math because I just come up with any number I feel like it because ain't nobody listen to me about it no way. So you can also find me on there. But make sure you just follow me on all my socials, Will Pharaoh, PHARAOH. And then make sure you are always checking out and following, supporting, and spreading the word about WWT Live. And not only just that, all of the watch-alongs, Tuesday Night Pharaoh, Honey Night SmackDown, and of course, Courtney, what is yours? What do we call yours now?
We need Stone Cold Courtney Wednesdays or something like that.
I know something.
We gotta come up with something.
I know.
Yes.
I need to come up with a name.
For sure.
Come up with something. Yes, yes, indeed.
But in the meantime,
I'm gonna fight all these urges, my brother.
And I'm gonna fight these urges to not say the last part wrong. So I'm gonna let Honey close it out because I know
yes. Make sure you guys check out all the good stuff. All of my awesome panel and wrestling siblings here are doing. Follow everybody doing everything there on the socials. We got a lot of cool stuff going on. Shout outs to my wrestling sister here, Courtney, for covering the watch along for your girl last Friday because the honey pot was calling and the busy bees needed the queen bee to make sure that everything was intact. So I appreciate you guys and everybody. Thank you for supporting our watch alongs. Thank you for supporting www.talkpod.com. Shout outs to All Caribbean Wrestling, our amazing sponsors. I know they have another event coming up very soon, so make sure you guys check that out. Hashtag NXT Bonafide. Shout outs to Professor. Shout outs to the boss lady. Shout outs to all team WWT, and shout outs to everybody in the chat as well. We got DM Hunk Dylan, our producer from the future. Monday Night Mayor is loading. Cedric, have fun. Cousin Ron, Samoan Watchman, great to have you. Patchu, aka Matt, love you very much. Let's see who else we got. Cindy, always a pleasure. Eric, Isaac, Boza. I don't like missing anybody, so I just like to make sure I just read through everything. MDB, 999, Special Little Nobodies. Yeah, man, it's gonna be a great night. I think Sage D, thank you so much for joining. Mr. Opinionated, shout outs to you and everybody else, all in the chat, all of the viewers. Appreciate all of you guys supporting us all the time. We appreciate your energy. You guys are the reason why we do this. JD, shout outs to you as well. Yeah, man, this is WWT Live Monday night edition, man. So make sure you tune in. We'll be here Wednesday to talk about some more WWT action or any more wrestling news that may come your way. But in the meantime, that's the councilman. That is Dion. That is the PR media princess of WWT. And I am the queen bee of WWT, the digital tag team champ, the sweetest oos, Honey. And we are signing off as part of Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the mother effing planet. Have a great week, guys. Enjoy Raw.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WW Talk Pod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.